You're welcome to this channel once again. Owing to the investigation that comes in after the death of a Nigerian musician Mohbad, so many fans have called for the arrest of the Nigerian record label boss Naira Marley, and a lot of people have respected these particular opinions of the authority. Going on with the investigation. Well, Naira Marley have been arrested according to a very popular and also famous blog who posted Naira Marley's pictures and videos on social media. Well, a lot of things too seems to be happening behind closed doors in this Mohbad's case, because justice will not be served in a day while the officials gather their own evidence. You know, when it has to do with something as sensitive as murder cases, people don't just come out to say what they don't know, and people don't also come out to give evidence when there's none yet. A lot of people accused Naira Marley of Mohbad's death, especially with his associate Sam Larry, when he passed on, because he notified the public. Now, Naira Marley have been on the run for a very long time, only for a close source to tell us that Naira Marley have been arrested, and of recent he's been put under investigation by the top authorities, although they're trying to create a scene to distract the general public while they focus on the interrogation. They do not want anybody to know about Naira Marley's arrest because the public seems to have an issue with them, and according to what I hear, say they fit by Naira Marley. You know, it's the way the Nigerian fans are taking it too far that's making the authorities to not release even the culprits involved, because they think any slight comma, them fit go ambush these guys for their house or wherever them they hide, then they can't buy them without the proper way of doing justice. Well, Naira Marley have been arrested, according to a close source. Before I talk about this particular thing between Naira Marley and also the police, please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Also, don't forget to like our post on Facebook, and for more updates, click on the red subscribe button and hit the notification bell. If there's one thing we know about the Nigerian law system, is that when you've had issues with them in the past before, they use that one against you whenever something arises on a surface level. Naira Marley have been involved in 1 or 2 police cases and even had his own fair share with the EFCC organization back then, and because of this is among those celebrities whose name is written on the dark side of the law, which means any slight comma, the authorities are just supposed to persecute him like that without listening to anybody or gathering their own facts, because they think Naira Marley is dangerous to not just the music industry but also to his fans because of the messages that he's been sending as a global star. Music industry is quite broad these days, yet not too many artists know their way around, and because of this they fall into the wrong hands. Till today they are still suffering. While so many have lost privileges to their high-profile career, most are still struggling on the ground level to hit the peak like they did before. And according to Mohbad's death situation, Naira Marley happens to be one of those people who tormented him when he was alive. And so the fans decided to take up a campaign and procession to fight for justice for Mohbad, accusing his former label boss Naira Marley as the main person involved. Whether or not Naira Marley did this has not been confirmed, but because Mohbad mentioned him, the authorities even sanctioned Naira Marley, and they also put him on the wanted list. Well, after hearing all these situations, according to a close source, Naira Marley was no longer comfortable with the idea of being blacklisted by the Nigerian government and also its citizens, so he decided to produce himself out and his own crew members, according to someone who happened to see Naira Marley being taken by the police, and before you know it, they happen, they come arrest Naira Marley. While the Nigerian star is still waiting to be proven whether he's guilty or not in this Mohbad's death, a lot of fans still think Naira Marley is guilty and is one of those people who tormented the late music star Mohbad. Well, according to the authorities, because Naira Marley seems to have a whole lot of hands in this country, so many people are still talking about the fact that Naira Marley is involved with top politicians whom names were not mentioned, because this person is actually scared for his own life and that of his family. He also talked about the idea of godfatherism in also the entertainment niche, meaning Naira Marley has links to so many high-profile authorities in the country, both in law firms and also in political units. So he could bypass the system anytime soon because he is under investigation and they do not want the citizens to know about it. Well, there's a picture and also video of Naira Marley circulating the internet where he was handcuffed. No one knows what was really going on, but based on the fact that he's been accused of tampering with his record signee's life, well, so many people are saying yes, they finally gotten justice for Mohbad, and arresting Naira Marley, as the fans had called and suggested, is one of those things. According to the close source, that they're not really persecuting him right away. They just arrested him for questioning, and he gave himself up because he doesn't want to keep running here and here with the people that's depending on him. And also the police actually threatened to go for his parents and his family member if he fails to meet up with the timeline. And since his name is already on the black side of the Nigerian constitution, he doesn't want to have a problem with the system, because it will be like anywhere he goes to, he keeps having problem from here to another place again. And this is not the first time Naira Marley is actually facing an arrest. In London, he's faced it over 120 something times, which he uses to brag in his music lyrics, and also he's tagged himself at so many things. So do you really think Naira Marley is actually guilty of his signee's death? Well, I do not know yet. So many people have talked about their difficulties on what it means to work with someone like him. And people said, yes, Mohbad saw something that he wasn't supposed to see, and also that didn't belong to the public eyes and ears. And that's why, because he refused to succumb and also sign an oath, well, they decided to torment him in one way or the other. I hope this Naira Marley's arrest will open the files to so many doors for more investigation on Mohbad's situation, because the police arrested Naira Marley based on the fact that they wanted him to have a one-on-one moment with them and talk about his experiences with Mohbad. But now, why they are hiding it is because, according to a lot of people, say Naira Marley too, they do substance, this one here and there for top politicians, government officials. The person no mention name, and the person say make we to follow keep in profile secret. Because of the godfatherism, because Naira Marley has been spotted with the likes of Sanwo Olu, high-profile politicians in political industry. So many people are keeping his own arrest a secret. They don't even want to disclose the station where they took him to. They don't want to disclose the location where he's currently at now. And no one wants to even talk about where his family members and also his signees are, because they believe that the fans will storm up and develop a brutal protest and go for Naira Marley, and they will serve their own justice whether the authorities like it or not. Well, I just come tell you now, say they don't finally catch Naira Marley according to waiting I see online. I don't know whether not true or not, but this particular thing where I see don't show us. So yes, it's possible, because the people have been rooting for it. And also, nobody go fit tell me say Naira Marley go hide like that where nobody for his circle go know. You see, it's either na godfatherism they reign, or him own political people where they protect him to them follow strong hand. And also Naira Marley gets big friends for higher places. Take for example, why do you think the musicians in the industry are not coming out to say anything? Abibi say nobody know where Naira Marley dey, or nobody know who Naira Marley be. Well, the fact that these people are closing their mouths and folding their arms about seeking justice for Mohbad should really tell us that yes, Naira Marley is a very powerful person, and even without his own influence and power, he still has hands in various industries industry and government parastatals. That's why he seems untouchable. Well, hands don't finally touch him now. Now they won't root out the evidence from him own mouth. Well, I don't know, because till today nobody don't see where Naira Marley dey, but now the close source wey witness wetin happen between Naira Marley and the top government officials, na him dey let us in on wetin dey happen, and also pictures of him arrest don dey circulate.